Arezou has this great list, the top 5 moments that will leave you in pieces. And let's go ahead and run through those so we can celebrate this Life Day together. That's right. We're going to celebrate Life Day 365 with Arezou.
Every day is Life Day. Every day is Life Day here.
So Arezou, here we go. Number 5.
Okay, number 5 is Kylo Ren, which a lot of you know is one of my favorites. Kylo Ren, in the middle of this big Death Star fight towards the end, just stops everything and once again offers Rey's hand and says, join me. Now, I know we said this isn't canon, but considering the alternative, I feel like she should just join him at this point because we know what happens when she doesn't. It's lose for everybody. So that was my number 5 moment, was me just screaming at the TV, just take his hand this time, his little C-shaped Lego hand. That was my number 5 moment.
I saw this meme online. It was a Lego man, and it was captioned, wash your hands, and it was a bunch of Lego hands in a wash machine. It was really cute. Arezou, number 4.
Number 4 is actually Palpatine. Now, I don't like... Palpatine's fine, but he's not like a favorite in the movies. I love this Palpatine because he's... You know that kind of brand of like cartoonish villain in kids' movies that you see that is just so over the top, but behaves a little bit like a child and uses very modern language. And it's like this very specific kind of cartoon villain. And Palpatine is that in this. And it's delightful in like, you know, in a 45-minute special. I don't think this could sustain for 2.5 hours. But in 45 minutes, it was delightful and hilarious and just so over the top because Palpatine is over the top. And if you try to play him straight, maybe it doesn't work so much. But if you're like leaning into the megalomania of it all, then it becomes better. So that
I kept seeing and hearing the what is it? The Robot Chicken Star Wars Palpatine, and I just felt like it was cut from the same sort of cloth, and I loved it because I love the Robot Chicken stuff. And it didn't go over that Robot Chicken line where it's not good for kids, but yeah, it was just, you're right, it was just over the top and like take every aspect of Palpatine and blow it up to 100 and make it funny, and I think that's why that worked very well. I agree with you 100% on that.
Do you think it also has anything to do with the fact that it's just so opposite of the Palpatine that we get in the movies? I mean, think about it. The Palpatine that we see on screen for the end of Revenge of the Sith and then Empire and Return, it's this old, well, okay, also now the Rise of Skywalker, right? But it's just like this old, cranky, falling apart dude. And this is like a very jubilant, very loud, and eccentric character. It's kind of to the point of what Arezou is bringing up.
Yeah, like a cranky, old, calculating man is not very interesting in the 45-minute kids cartoon. But if, you know, you've got the villains going around being like, I'm evil, suddenly it's more interesting.
And you know what? You know what? You're both kind of on this path too. It reminds me of Zach Galifianakis doing the Joker for Lego Batman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
It's the same kind of extreme. Absolutely. All right, Arezou, number 3.
So number 3 is a little one, but no less important, is that at various points in the holiday special, Poe for the whole thing and Vader towards the end, both of them were wearing ugly Christmas sweaters, which jumped out at me for 2 reasons. One, because I love an ugly Christmas sweater. I've got an R2-D2 one. But the other reason it jumped out at me is you can actually get both of these figures in the Lego Advent Calendar that's available now. I'm not shilling for Lego. Like, I just feel the need to mention this.
No, do it. We should all buy the
Advent calendar. Both of these figures are available. So that just jumped out at me. I'm like, oh, maybe I want to buy this calendar now so I can have these adorable Christmas sweaters. So that was my number 3 moment. It's a little one, but I felt the need to.
But it's funny you brought that up in your list because that was one of the things that both my kids, when they saw Poe and then Vader in the sweater, were like, "We need Star Wars Christmas sweaters." And so I was like, "All right, cool."
I might wear my R2 one on the show closer to the holidays. It lights up and everything.
Oh my god!
Do it.
Yes.
Number 2, Arezou.
So number 2 is just the sheer volume of prequel content in the special because I'm a prequel kid. That's when I grew up, and there is so much of it because when Rey is like dipping in and out through time, she ends up in the prequel era a lot. So I sort of expected some Revenge of the Sith because that's, you know, the most widely popular of the prequel movies. And she does end up there. Obi-Wan says hello there. It's a whole thing. But she also, like, they go right into the beginning of The Phantom Menace with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. And there's pod racing. And, like, Sebulba's there. So there's a lot of... Oh, Darth Maul with no legs. Like, there's a lot of prequel content
the sand was awesome.
in this special, which is like, it's a nice surprise. What'd you say, Pete?
I said I love the way he was pulling himself across the sand and just not having legs. They didn't opt for any of the robotic, cybernetic Maul. It was just chopped.
He's going to fight Kenobi one way or another, and a lack of legs is not going to stop him.
I
You know what I
love
thought
it.
was interesting, and I kept thinking during the whole time. I don't know how much of the pre Rise of Skywalker rumors you read and kept up with, but one of the rumors that was going around was that there was going to be a massive fight between Kylo and Rey, and they were going to visit all these different places for by hopping through the Force. And I got that vibe when Vader and Rey were fighting and they were showing up in all these little places. I thought, and I wonder if it was sort of a nod to what could have been or what was rumored to be. It was just, I don't know if it was or not, but I just kept thinking, because I remember hearing about that and thinking that might be interesting. I don't know how they would do it, though.
Well, what a great outlet to do that, though, with Lego Star Wars, which is parody uh, in its finest form.
Yeah.
And also, when you think of like a Finn with a lightsaber, and when you think of like examples like Kylo and Rey, these are ways to kind of play with fans. Oh, remember when this was kind of a thing, and it's a fun tongue-in-cheek way to kind of have fun of it all.
One thing I did notice, though, and I teased it being in my review, and I'm going to bring it up anyway, is that in the big Death Star throne room scene, when Luke and Vader and Kylo are bouncing back and forth between each other, going like, Uncle Luke, you're my son, like all of this stuff, they're all really illustrating how related they are. Nobody ever says Rey Palpatine. She doesn't bring it up. He doesn't bring it up. It's just, we don't know her. It's not happening, right. Which I thought was interesting. It doesn't come up once.
They didn't even joke about it accidentally.
They didn't joke about it.
Yeah.
Nothing. We're pretending. Yep. I'm glad we're pretending it didn't happen, but we're pretending it didn't happen.
Arezou, number one on your list of top moments that will leave us in pieces thanks to the holiday special Lego Star Wars style.
Okay, so my number one thing, and this is a little bit cheesy, is the lesson that Rey learns at the end and the moral of the whole story about like how powerful friendship is. So the way it's conveyed in the story is Yoda tells her that, in order for her to be a good Jedi Master for Finn, that she needs to first and foremost be a good friend. And then he like shows her visions of all of the sort of Master Padawan dynamics that we've seen before. So like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and Anakin, Rey and Luke and Yoda, like all of these, and sort of how they were friends first. And that's where their bond came from. And like I said, like to do a good holiday special, no matter what kind of holiday special it is, it needs that heart. And this was really, really there. So I wanted to like highlight that.
Awesome. Well, we want to know what you think about the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, out now on Disney Plus for you, your friends, your family, your neighbor, the guy at church that just won't look away. It's for all of you to enjoy. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. You can also tweet us at BTBD Star Wars to continue this Star Wars conversation.
Thank you for watching Beyond the Blast Doors. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. Beyond the Blast Doors, a Star Wars conversation.